Hey guys, this is Tom Hanks and welcome to Forza Friday. The game is currently loading. We will get back to it in just a second. And yep, it should be up right now. Okay, there it is. It is spring season this week. So finally we have some grippy roads again, as opposed to the winter where there's just a lot of snow. I don't actually need to do the Fortathon because I have 925 Fortathon points. I have this car, I have the Euros, I have the jacket, and I don't really care about the t-shirt. So no reason to do the Fortathon right now. Was my notification probably from the car rental? Yeah, it is. That's a nice looking, what is that, Elise? GT1, I think? Anyway, the car I'm in right now is a drift tuned, so a drift spec, a Ferrari 488 GTB. This is a tune that I've actually spent quite a bit of time on. I'm still not quite finished with it. Like, some things could still be improved over where they are right now, but sadly the engine makes a little bit under 1000 horsepower, even fully tuned. I went into that corner way too fast, but I did actually set my personal best on this very drift zone, the needle climb, in this Ferrari, believe it or not. As such, I have beaten my high scores with that I had previously set with, like, my Gymkhana 350Z, my Gymkhana Silvia, my M6 Forza Edition, and my Unicorn. This has actually beaten them all. And now, of course, now that I'm streaming and I'm kind of feeling a little bit of pressure to be performing, I'm messing up. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just do a warm-up run. Let's just use this as a warm-up run. First drift run of the day. And I haven't beaten my previous PB, which was set with the Silvia, by a lot, but only by about 2000 points in this thing, so it's about even. Because 2000 points, when you're talking an overall of over 500 points in this drift zone, is really not a whole lot. It's really not a big difference. But from what you can see right now, hopefully, and of course, as I look over to the chat, I missed that corner. But from what you can hopefully see right now, this thing does extremely well at drifting. This is still gonna be like 450k, even though I messed up quite badly early on. Maybe not quite 450, but 440, okay. Not terrible, but of course you can do better. Now, I'm gonna do a few more runs here. Not a whole lot, because for today I have set a mission to myself for this stream. So, and that will be to find out what is... Well, I'll talk about it later, but we're trying to figure out what the best specific type of car for a specific class is. We're not going like, hey, what's the fastest car in Forza Horizon 4? Because that question has pretty much already been answered by a bunch of other YouTubers. And it's not really a question right now, because if you're looking for track performance, the fastest car is the Mosler MT900S, which you can no longer get unless you're lucky to find one on the in the auction house. And if you don't have a Mosler, the fastest car on for lap times is the MC12 Forza edition. Okay, this was actually a really good downhill run. I generally do better going uphill on the needle climb than I usually do going downhill. I say that as I spin, obviously, so proving my point. Okay, you know what? I think after this run we're gonna get to our mission, because this is not gonna go anywhere near my PB anyway. Most likely anyway. Unless I do an absolutely incredible job from here. Okay, yeah. So I didn't. But anyway. This is gonna be a run of similar score to the previous uphill one we've had. For 47,000, okay. So my mission for today is going to take place in Great Britain, so we're gonna travel back there, and we are going to try to find out what is the best quarter-mile drag car out of all the classic muscle cars in A class. So you can use classic muscle cars and tune them up to A800 and see which one is the fastest. I've done a few already, and obviously the track that we're gonna be using. Wow, how do you get 820 feet there? Probably with a McLaren F1 GT. So yeah, that is where we're gonna be. It is going to be the Horizon drag strip. I've done a couple of cars already, but we may as well go over them again to get the times. So we will have classic muscle cars. I figured this would be pretty good. The Corvette. Because there's a 50-50 weight distribution. It has 572 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. Doesn't weigh a whole lot. Obviously, on all of these cars, I am adding drag slicks for best possible traction off the line. And I have tested them in two ways. For one, the actual quarter-mile time, and for two, the trap speed on that speed trap. Starting at the actual start line. So when you stand here and you give it a second, these lights will start coming on, and you can do a drag start. Now the small lights are going to be coming on. 3, 2, 1, go. So 128.61. Not too bad as far as quarter-mile speed goes, is it? So now we're trying to not miss the actual event. And this time we're gonna find out what quarter-mile time this runs. We know it does it at 128.61 miles an hour. And actually this was only at 126 miles an hour. 11.0. Pretty good. Like, considering that's faster than like a standard Viper, it's pretty solid, isn't it? Now the other cars I've already done, we will get to them in a second. Just get the next one. Where is it? Retro muscle and classic muscle cars. So that was this one. We have also done. I've not done another Chevy, but I have done this. But still, I think I wanna. I wanna do this a little bit later. What else have I done for A-Class? The CUDA, which was actually the first one that I did. We can actually get 2 more PI points, so we might be able to get like an extra air filter or something like that. But this car has 648 horsepower, 739 pound-feet of torque, but it weighs 3,176 pounds, so it's quite a bit heavier than the Corvette, but also a lot more powerful, and especially it has a lot more torque. It is supercharged, and I'll only allow supercharging. I'll only allow myself supercharging as forced induction on these cars because they're muscle cars. Like, come on. $129 miles an hour, so a little bit faster than the Corvette. In terms of speed, anyway. Now let's get to the actual time. Okay, so this is the Plymouth Cuda, of course. Again, 126 miles an hour here. 10.89, so a little bit quicker than the Corvette. So we are gonna be looking for classic muscle cars yet again. I have done this, the Pontiac Trans Am. So we are gonna try and see how quickly this accelerates in terms of speed. (710 horsepower, 731 pound-feet of torque, 7.7 liter engine, actually supercharged as well, but it weighs 3,000 pounds, which is actually not too bad considering that the Plymouth had a little bit less power, similar torque, and also weighed more. Oh, now it's raining. We should still be able to grip up just fine. Yeah. (132.21). So this is actually quicker than even the Plymouth by a decent amount. So we should actually see a difference in time as well over the quarter mile. Remember, the Plymouth was at a 10.89 and the Corvette was at an 11 flat. So now let's see what this can do. Yeah, 130 miles an hour here. 10.6. That's quick. That's pretty quick. That's more than 2 times quicker than the Plymouth. So it is the quickest one we've had so far. Where is the... Yeah, there it is. This one I've also done, the Cheval Supersport 454. 731 horsepower, 811 pound-feet of torque, and it weighs 3,000 pounds. So with those numbers, it should be quite a beast. It's super soft though, and because I never upgrade the front tires on these cars, well, they don't really turn around corners very well, but that's not what they're meant to do anyway. Okay. 132.81, that's pretty much on par with Pontiac. So very quick. I think it's actually a little bit quicker still. So let's see what this is going to be able to do in terms of quarter mile time. Because it has a lot of torque and power. Oh, also 130 when crossing the line. 10.69. I believe that's 0.05 slower than the Pontiac was. So that is a small difference. It is a difference nonetheless though, and we only went in a straight line. So it's not really much that I could have done wrong. Now, however, let's switch to the Dodge Start, because I know that you guys have probably been waiting for this. And we have more to come as well. So this only has 485 horsepower and 522 pound-feet of torque and weighs 2862. So it's not the most powerful, not the torquiest, and not the lightest car that we've seen so far. So in theory, this should suck, right? It is in fact the least powerful and least torquey car that we've seen so far. It is still naturally aspirated as well, I should point this out. But for some reason, this goes like crazy. I should have shifted actually. I thought I could actually hit just a few miles an hour more and stay in 4th gear for the rest of this, but I guess I'm gonna adjust the tuning just a little bit. So now we should be able to stay in 4th gear for this speed trap. Yeah, there's no way we reach more than 136 miles an hour here. Right? We actually did do more than 136. I had to shift there still. Holy crap. How is this thing so fast? It only makes 485 horsepower. And it's beating cars that made, you know, 700 horsepower with similar weight as it. How? Like, what the hell is going on here? Now let's see what this actually does on the quarter mile. As far as speeds go. Oh no, not speeds, time. As far as time goes. I'm actually getting beaten here. 4th place. But we did do have 10.665. I did get beaten by a Nova and Olds, well, 2 Novas actually, and an Oldsmobile. Okay, 10.665, that's... Do you have any plans on playing Hero Siege again and uploading it to YT? First of all, hey, and thanks for tuning in. I don't have any plans for it at the moment. But if there are more people who would like to watch it, then I might make a couple more videos. Is there anything else that you would like to see? Have I built anything else for A-class yet? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I have. This is just a completely ridiculous max power build. I have another one of those that I could do though. Neurovoider. Yeah, that was also a game that I enjoyed. But these days I'm not really doing much recorded video content anymore on YouTube ever since they made the change that basically said, hey, if you don't have this amount of watch time, you can't monetize your videos anymore. So instead of making, you know, even if it was just $2.50 or something a month, now I make absolutely zero no matter how much content I make on YouTube. So figured live streaming is, you know, better for communicating with the viewers anyway, so that's what I decided to do. Regardless of that, let's actually tune some more muscle cars. I really want to do a Challenger and see how that goes. I like this color actually on the Challenger, so we are going to be tuning it to A-class and I'm gonna give it drag tires. Make them 325s, I guess. Get some lighter wheels. That alone saves 46 pounds. We are gonna get max weight reduction as well, and we are already at A735. Now I think I'm gonna see how much the engine can make when it's still naturally aspirated. Well, not a whole lot more. Like these upgrades don't do that much. I'm gonna actually... Oh, we need to upgrade the gearbox as well, just so we can adjust the gearing. We want the driveline upgrade as well, because it saves a lot of weight. And we want the diff as well. Does the clutch do a lot on this one? Oh yeah, it does. On the shift times. Let's see. How much does this give us? 793? Actually hurts us at launch. So I'm gonna supercharge this thing instead. Making plus 51 horsepower, only gaining 8 PI. Let's get this thing upgraded as well. 797. 799. I'll take that. Anything else that you can add for 1 PI point? The sway bars didn't do it. Um, Probably the front tire would do it, but yeah, it actually adds too much. And we don't need it. So I guess I'm gonna leave this one at 799. It's fine. 622 horsepower, 3,000 pounds. Looks good. Oh, the new Mario game released today. Sounds fun. And enjoy your dinner. Thanks for tuning in. Or your meal. It doesn't have to be dinner, like depending on where you are in the world. This doesn't feel all too fast, I have to say. Oh, it's 8:30 p.m., so you live in the same time zone as me. Where are you from? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this feels slow. 129.5. I mean, then again, after the dart, probably most things are gonna feel slow. Belgium, okay. I've actually lived in the Netherlands for almost a year, but now I'm back to my home country, Austria. Okay, let's see. How good are you on the quarter mile? Are we in the 10s? 10.9. Okay. Also, another thing that I've always noticed is that when I'm in any classic muscle car that isn't a Dodge Start, I get lined up against other classic muscle cars that just get completely destroyed when driving against expert AI. But when I'm in the Dodge Start, there are still classic muscle cars against me, but for some reason they're like on steroids because the Dart, even with same PI rating, is just so fast. Let's try the Daytona as well. Okay. Hide that. Upgrades and tuning, individual tuning. Give it 325s. Then we will also get the same wheels that we gave the Challenger, like this. We will do full weight reduction. We will do. We will do the drivetrain upgrades, and we're actually not going to be able to put much more power into this thing. Although these upgrades do more to this car than they did on the Challenger. Okay, so this is already too much. This loses us PI even though it gives us power. And then The flywheel. That gets rid of 16 pounds. Sure. Now we're at what, 799? Huh. What sort of power are we at right now? 519 horsepower. That's not a lot. Did we do camshaft? We did it once, yeah. Oh, that's you. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this again. I think we have everything but the camshaft right now. Camshaft is obviously a major upgrade. What are we at right now? 509 horsepower. You know what? Let's get rid of some of the small stuff and add the camshaft again. This actually helped a lot. Let's go with this. Get rid of this and this and this and the air filter. Now we're at what? 526 horsepower. Okay. Right. Man, that's actually not a lot. How much does the supercharger give us? We know that the camshaft adds another 48 horsepower. 62? That's more. I don't think this is going to be very fast. I'm going to accept that friend's request just a second, because obviously I can only record Forza when I'm recording the entire desktop, so don't want you to see my desktop. So let's go to Xbox. And let's see. I should have an invite here. And I do. And I'm going to add you. Okay. Right, now we can go back into the game. And we can see how fast this Dodge Charger Daytona is. Wow, this is like the slowest one we've tested so far. Yeah, easily the slowest. It probably has a lot of those PI that it already comes with, because it has that big rear wing, so it can actually take high-speed corners, unlike, you know, any other muscle car, any other classic muscle car anyway. But I'm probably gonna lose here in this drag race. Actually, it still beat the Corvette, right? It still beat the Corvette. So it's only in second to last place, I guess. So now let's go back and tune the next car. I'm gonna go with a Nova. There's actually, I think, two of them, in 64 and a 64 and a 66, if I remember correctly. There's also a Camaro. Or actually, more than one. Classic muscle cars. Let's go with the, there's a 66 Nova. There's a 69. Okay. Let's go with the 66 for now. It looks interesting, man. This is the real sort of sleeper body, in my opinion. So we are going to put drag tires on this. Oh, and also lighter wheels. Bigger rear tires. Oh, they don't even increase our PI at all. I like that. Which means we can just do more upgrades. Wait, is the clutch upgrade worth it? Yeah, it is. So now we do weight reduction, 734. You still get a lot of power into this thing, I feel like. So let's supercharge it. I feel like this could actually make quite a bit of power. Upgrade to supercharger, 782. That gives us another 31 horsepower, but only 2 PI. I like that. We have the exhaust, so let's... Ah, the camshaft is too much, 790... 796. It actually gets rid of some PI. Which means we're almost fully tuned. We can only, at this point, increase the camshaft. So, can we get rid of another 15 PI from like removing this, this? Is it even gonna be worth it in the end? Let's get rid of one camshaft upgrade and do one of these. Which one was it that only added 1 PI? That added 2. That one. Okay, 11 horsepower for 1 PI, I'll take that. Oh, only 560 horsepower, so this started out with a relatively small amount of power. But it is fairly light at 2,600 pounds. So it could still be pretty good. Wait, didn't we add drag slicks? Why did it drift there? Yeah, this feels quicker than the Daytona we just drove. Oh my god, the brakes. Okay, this is why it has such low PI. Like, no classic muscle car has good brakes, at least stock. But if you start to feel a difference between this and every other classic muscle car, you know they're bad. Ooh, 135.26. Almost challenging the Dart. I like it. Okay, let's see what this does as far as quarter mile time. Damn, that's quick. 10.598. This is the quickest time so far. Okay, the Chevy Nova going strong. Damn, okay. So we have a new leader. And it is the Chevy Nova. Who would have thought? We have another Nova as well, so maybe that's even quicker. It's a 1969 one. We have the Forza edition of that as well, but that's of course a little bit unfair with 1200 horsepower. Wanna try the other Nova first. So let's tune this thing. Spending all the money, by the way. Wider tires in the back, of course. Lighter rims. Getting rid of another 43 pounds just from the rims. Sure, why not? Get full drivetrain upgrades. Those are very, very good. Full weight reduction, again, very, very useful. Supercharger plus 77 horsepower, damn. You know what, let's go for the big stuff. I feel like I'm gonna get rid of the second camshaft upgrade here. Yeah, and that's us. 602 horsepower, 2,748 pounds. Okay. Pretty good. Sounds promising. Man, straight into the wall there. But just like the other Nova, it feels quick. Come on, 3, 2, 1, go. Not the cleanest start. It is a little bit slower than the other Nova though. Just a little bit. But can we beat it on time? Oh, let's go. This was still pretty quick. 10.600, so we had 10.598 for the other Nova, so these two are virtually identical for A-Class. So the Chevy Nova going strong. Both versions, actually. So next up, no. Next up, what else do we have? Let's try the Gremlin. I don't expect, like, the AMC Gremlin to me has always been sort of like the underdog. The forgotten car, you know? Just like the car nobody really remembers. But we will see what this can do. Full drivetrain upgrades is gonna give us a huge benefit. And then full weight reduction as well, 717. But this only starts off with 330 horsepower, so it does need a lot of upgrades. Let's do the big stuff first. Supercharger, camshaft, exhaust, intercooler. Okay, now we should be at a reasonable power level comparable to most of the other cars. Fat exhaust. 800, there we go. 623 horsepower, 2,869 pounds. Sounds good. Also feels pretty quick. Uh, 131.69 is among the better cars that we've tested so far, I think, but not near the top. But we will see how this does on the actual quarter mile in terms of time. The Dart was still the fastest in terms of trap speed. $10.8. Okay, so this is somewhere in the middle. Next up, I think I want to do a Ford Mustang. I have tuned this, but actually I have a second one. Yeah, let's start with the completely stock one. So we will put on drag tires. We will put on wider rear tires, which actually makes our PI go down. Okay. Then we're going to upgrade the drivetrain all the way. And get weight reduction. This should be pretty damn light after all these upgrades, but it does only start out with like 272 horsepower. So we need to compensate for the low power that this makes stock. Okay, we got pretty much everything here. Wait, did we get... No, that actually lowers our PI and gives us 5 horsepower, but it probably adds too much weight, so... Look at that, 526 horsepower, which is not a lot, but only 2,192 pounds, which is probably the lightest we've seen so far. Hey, GH Onwich, how's it going? I mean, I'm doing something right now. You can find VOD of this stream on YouTube tomorrow, and the purpose of the stream today is to find the quickest classic muscle car in a class. So I'm gonna test this both in terms of trap speed on this speed trap, and in terms of time on this event here. Now, of course, you can argue that the trap speed, if it's raining, is probably a little bit less indicative of what the car can do. But I still think we should have a reasonably good time gripping up. Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of wheel spin there, so... $132.20. So since I'm on a mission here, this time I'm gonna do this on my own. But next Friday, if you have time, we might be able to do something together. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. See what this does, because I think this, when the road is dry, like it always is in the event, off the line this might be like extremely fast because it's so light. Yeah, this was really quick. 10.7, which is among the better cars we've seen, but not the fastest. I don't want to do the Forza Fund, there's no point. I already have like a trillion Forza Fund points and I don't need anything that's in the Forza Fund shop this week. So yeah. My cars, and let's see. Okay. With the Falcon as well. Oh, we have two. Oh yeah, that car is cool. I like the XP Falcon GT. But this one seems more promising as far as stats go. Actually, no, this one's a lot lighter. Oh, this is gonna have a pretty high PR rating already. So let's actually do this. Oh, 795 already, damn. And that brings us over 800. So exhaust 801. 800, okay. 558 horsepower, 2833 pounds. Is this really gonna be that fast? I'm not gonna wait for it this time. $131. We should adjust the gearing a little bit because the gearing was, in my opinion, a little bit too short. We might probably be able to hit higher speeds in 4th gear if we didn't have to shift up to 5th before the speed trap. And given that we already reached 131 as it is. Oh god, yeah. And had to shift pretty much just before the speed trap. I think we can do pretty well here, probably. $133.88. Pretty damn good. So let's see what sort of times this can get. Because the speed at the speed trap was pretty damn good. Yep, felt quick. 10.62, I believe that's actually third place between the, like behind the two Novas. So it is quicker than the Dart and quicker than the Pontiac. So, next car, I'm just gonna go with the other Falcon. This one. I like this one aesthetically, I really like it. But we gotta make it quick here. Looks don't matter as much. $710. Yeah, because this only starts out with 300 horsepower, so we need a lot. Probably gonna go ahead and upgrade everything, but first I wanna upgrade the camshaft and the supercharger. Because those are the biggest ones. Along with the intercooler. And now let's see what else we can do. Exhaust should give us a lot. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's actually looking really promising. 587 horsepower, 2,500 pounds. Obviously on drag slicks, like every other car that we're testing today. Feels quick. I'm just gonna go. Oh yeah, this feels really quick. 139.92 is among the very quickest we've had on the speed trip. I think only the Dart and one of the two Novas were quicker. So this might actually stand a chance at being near the top in terms of time as well. Oh, I believe we got it. 10.54. Yeah, that's the quickest we've had so far. Holy crap. Ford XB Falcon. We do have a couple more cars to go though, so this wasn't the last one. Just to put this into perspective, 10.5 on the quarter mile is pretty much the same as a Lamborghini Huracan, and this car is actually less powerful. than a Huracan. So it is lighter though, but not by much. I am gonna detune this and see how much this can make. Do I have an aftermarket engine in this? Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's supercharge this thing. Grab drag tires. Already have lighter rims? No, I don't. £50 is what this gets rid of. Damn, that's nuts. Oh, I do already have a upgraded drivetrain, and I believe I already have upgraded weight reduction. No, I don't. Gonna get rid of these and get rid of this and this. Also the arrow I'm gonna remove, as this is only gonna hurt us. Okay, so now we can upgrade the power. Let's see how much we can actually make. Okay, and that's our final upgrade. 528 horsepower, 2,872 pounds. Doesn't sound all that impressive, I have to say. Oh, you know what? We probably upgraded the front tires as well now that I look at them. When I did the other build of this car, yep. So we can add a little bit more power. What do we not have yet? We don't have that yet. Okay. Anything else that we could potentially do? I don't think there is anything else that we can do to make this thing quicker in a straight line. .325s, 345s. Do bigger rims help us? I don't think they do. I mean, we could get brake upgrade so that we lose just a little bit more weight, but how much weight do we lose? Oh, nothing. Only with second upgrade, which we can't afford PI wise. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it at 796 then, if it's otherwise fully upgraded. This also feels pretty quick, actually. It sounds good too. .129.32 is not the quickest. We've seen it somewhere in the middle, I'd say. So I wouldn't expect this to finish near the top in terms of quarter mile time. But I felt like the launch was pretty good, so of course the launch does count for something. Oh, we have a roll cage in there as well, I'm just noticing. .11. This could probably be slightly quicker without the roll cage, but it's never gonna make enough of a difference to put this near the top. So it is always gonna be near the bottom, actually. Surprisingly enough. Then again, this car was built more for, you know, corners, well, at least in terms of pony, compared to other pony cars, this was built more around, more for going around corners quickly than just for straight line performance. So it makes sense that it's not the quickest car in a straight line. Let's get into the Charger now. And then we actually have all dodges done. I did actually do some modifications to this already in the past, so get rid of these. E25s are going to be more than enough. We want lighter rims. Okay, then we want to get rid of the brake upgrade and that as well. Don't need the better sway bars. Okay, is this supercharged? No, it isn't. Wait, is this the stock engine? Is this the stock engine? Yeah, it is. 601 horsepower, 280 or 2,845 pounds. Well, sounds pretty decent, actually. Much torque. 601 horsepower, 601 pound-feet of torque. Pretty good. I am gonna lengthen the gearing because the shift times are too long, so I feel like this car could go a little bit more quickly if it had longer gearing. So if we were able to reach that speed trap in 4th gear rather than in 5th, we would save one gear shift, and I believe that it has enough torque, this engine, so that we can justify the longer gearing. 127.12. It's actually among the slowest we've seen. I think first gear is too long. Let's try this. $128.15. So that is about as fast as we're gonna make this. It still doesn't feel amazingly fast though. But still, it might be good for a surprise, you never know. Well, it wasn't. It is near the very bottom of the field, unfortunately. 10.95. Oh god, the brakes are terrible. I think we should do the Camaro next. Where is it? We should have two Camaro. Yeah, there's one and there's the Z28. Which is actually less powerful than the Super Sport. Okay. So let's give this thing drag tires. Or 335s, why not? And then some lighter rims. Weight reduction. Get rid of over 600 pounds. Camshaft. Supercharger. I feel like we're still not making a huge amount of power. We might actually barely get to A800. Yeah, right on point. Oh, we are actually making a lot of power. 679 horsepower, 2,900 pounds. Okay. I'm ready to see this thing in action. Because those stats sound promising. Yeah, and it does feel quick. It does feel pretty damn quick. I don't think I'm gonna do the speed trap just yet. Or maybe one attempt. Because of the wheel spin. Yeah, even in the rain we reached nearly 133 miles an hour there. So it is powerful, this thing. I'm gonna do the quarter mile race first in this one. And then do another run at the speed trap, assuming it's not raining anymore then. If it is still raining, then, well, it is still one of the quickest cars in speed as well. I feel like first gear is a little bit too short. We kind of bogged down at the end. Oh, too long, I mean. I'm gonna shorten first gear. Just so we get a little bit... just so we get a little bit better launch. No, just first gear. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because it was already at 10.7 with the relatively bad launch. So we could actually get close to the 10.5 that the was it the Falcon got. .68. Okay, it's not gonna beat the Falcon, but it is still one of the quicker cars we've had. Oh, let's see what we get from a wheel spin. I was actually hoping to get the Fiesta RS there, but 160 grand compensates for a little bit of the money that we've spent tuning all these cars. So yeah, the Camaro SS is actually going strong. $133.39. Okay. That's actually quick travel to the Horizon Festival. And we have another Camaro, which is the Z28. I don't like the way this car looks, I have to be honest. But maybe it's actually quick. It's all that counts in this one anyway. 825s, sure, why not? No. Wrong category of wheels. Oh, this one's actually... I don't think we're actually going to be able to add all that much power in this one. We're at 730, so... Camshaft, supercharger. Here we go, 790. So let's do this to lose a few PI and get that. Exhaust. What's it at 802? Uh, 801. Can we do something that only gives us one more PI point? Okay, 633 horsepower, pretty much 3,000 pounds. Sounds pretty good. Okay. Oh, going strong, 133, oh, 134.47. You know what isn't going strong? This car's brakes. I think these are the weakest brakes that we've seen so far. But we will see what sort of quarter mile time this can get now, and I feel like this can do pretty well. It felt very quick. Oh, there's a dart. That was a 10.6 something. Yeah, I believe this was like the exact same time as the other Camaro. So still very good. We have a couple of Holdens left as well. And I think a Pontiac or two, and then maybe the odd car from the auto show that I don't own yet, like the odd classic muscle car that I don't own yet. So... Oh, we have the Chrysler here as well. The Valiant Charger. This is also one of those pretty forgettable cars in my opinion. Like in real life. If you think of a muscle car, you're almost certainly not thinking of this one. The Dodge Charger, okay. But this, well... Let's do... Ooh, damn, 98 horsepower from that. What does the supercharger give us? Okay. Let's get rid of this and this. So we can actually add the second supercharger upgrade as well. Damn. No, we can't. Did we do that? No, we didn't. Okay, that gives us almost the exact same amount of power. Or we could do that. So that would get us 34 horsepower. This gives us 27. And we have 5 more PI to play around with. That's good. And then... yeah, 16 horsepower. Sure, I'll take it. 540 horsepower, 2,600 pounds. Doesn't sound too bad on paper. This is actually an inline 6, huh? Feels quick. I'm gonna do the drag race first. I would be pretty surprised if the quickest muscle car, the quickest classic muscle car is actually a straight 6. I would be very surprised. It is very quick though. 133 as it crosses the line. 10.605, that's very close to the top. Damn. And we did get some wheel slip at the very start. Unexpectedly. Maybe I should actually... do that. I'm gonna try this again, actually. Yeah, this is very, very quick. I'm gonna do this again. Better launch. Oh, that was in the 10.5s, wasn't it? 10.564. Isn't that the exact same time that we got with the Falcon? 10.564, damn. I'll remember this car now for being, well, very much the quickest classic muscle car. Unless we find something that's even quicker in A-Class. I wasn't expecting this to be this quick, to be honest. Oh, we got an Oldsmobile as well with a 442 cubic inch engine. A lot of weight, but we can probably get rid of a lot of that. So with drag tires and weight reduction, this should actually make for a fairly solid competitor here. So let's do that. Yeah, that pushed the PI up quite a lot already. Let's add some lighter rims as well. It's rid of only 28 pounds on this one, so the existing rims were already fairly light. Ooh, this is gonna make a lot of power. This thing is gonna make a lot of power, I can tell you that. $799, 800. Yeah, I'll take 12 horsepower for 1 PI, thank you. 681 horsepower, 3,100 pounds though. Still. £753 of torque. Lots of weight over the front axle though, so... I'm gonna wait for the lights this time. $132.22. Not among the fastest cars here. But maybe all that power is gonna help it get a good time. And all that torque especially. I don't think it's among the best ones. Oh, actually, 10.683 is actually very good. Let's see. We have a couple of Holdens and from what I remember, at least one more Pontiac. Actually, two. We have... Okay, we have this one twice, so we have two different Holdens. Oh, the Tirana is actually extremely light. So if we supercharge this thing, then it could actually be a fairly solid drag racer. Assuming the supercharger gives us enough power. Because if it doesn't, we still have a problem. 295 is going to be enough. It does actually get rid of that much weight because this car is already light. Only 29 horsepower from the supercharger. Damn, are we even gonna be able to hit A800? I don't think we are. Maybe we are, because these upgrades actually do a lot, surprisingly. Yeah, we are gonna hit it. 801, 800 flat. 498 horsepower, which isn't a lot, but only 2,100 pounds, which also isn't a lot, so this should be pretty damn quick. Yeah, and it feels quick. Gonna do the drag race first. Let's see what this can do. I'm actually excited. $132 miles an hour across the line. 10.488. And we didn't even get the best launch. Holy crap. So yeah, this thing is in the lead so far. The Holden Torana, everyone. Who would have thought this was the best classic muscle car? $133.88 is good. But we've seen better on the speed trap. So let us see how the other Holden does. Because I really wouldn't have expected this to be this fast. Let's check out the Monaro. Which is quite a bit more powerful, but also larger and heavier. 701 with the weight reduction, okay. Ooh, can we even do the supercharge upgrade? No, we can't. Have to get rid of something else. Yep. But we can do this. How about that? Oh yes, 30 horsepower for 1 PI point. I think that's probably worth it. $556 horsepower, 2,600 pounds. Because the flywheel is gonna improve our engine responsiveness. So every time we shift into another gear, because the gear shifts, despite the fully upgraded gearbox, the gear shifts are slow. So we want the engine to be up and ready immediately once we do shift. This doesn't feel as fast as the Tirana. Still reasonably quick. $131. Good, but not outstanding. So let's see, maybe we can do something in terms of quarter mile time. Although the Tirana was extremely impressive. This wasn't quite as fast. 10.675 is still very good though. Okay. We have another Pontiac left to go, actually two. So we have the GTO Judge and the 77 Trans Am. Damn, it's got pretty high PI already. Because I think it has one of the highest amount of horsepower from all the classic muscle cars when stock. So, wait. Okay. 725. 738. Can we fully upgrade this thing? Might actually be able to. Nah, we can't, because the exhaust is gonna add a bunch. Yep. $799. Four horsepower, 5 horsepower. Okay, one more. 644 horsepower. And actually it only made 365 stock, which, you know, as far as the classic muscle car goes is good. But we've seen higher. And then 2960 pounds. So it should actually also be fairly quick. 661 pound-feet of torque as well. So, yeah. Gonna be quick. This feels quick, yeah, definitely. And it is 133.3 on a speed trap, so I don't know, that's about the same as the Tirana got. But I just feel like the Tirana was a little bit quicker off the line. But we'll see what this does on the quarter mile. There's still a chance that this might actually win. If it doesn't, Pontiac has one more car to do it. It's the 1977 Trans Am. And then I'll check out the shop if there's any other classic muscle car that I haven't demonstrated yet. 10.611, that's definitely among the quickest cars, but not number one. You know what, we're spending so much money tuning the cars. Let's spend that a little bit more and speed this up a little bit by speed traveling to the Horizon Festival. There's another Forza fun which I'm not interested in yet again. This one is stock, so let's go with that. Upgrades and tuning. Damn, this has low PI when it's stock. Oh, it only has 21 or 201 horsepower and weighs 3,800 pounds. That's why. So it's probably gonna be pretty slow, honestly. Then again, it is a 70s Trans Am, so well, late 70s Trans Am, I should say. Because it obviously came out after the fuel crisis, as opposed to before it. Like almost any other car we've seen today. I think every other car we've tested today came out before the fuel crisis. This came out after, so yeah, not quite as good. This is still in B class. There's no way we get this up to A800. Right? Ah, 783. $796, we are actually gonna make it. But we do weigh still over 3,000 pounds and only make 547 horsepower, so it wouldn't get your hopes up. So I don't think this is gonna be among the quickest cars, but raw stats alone don't tell the whole story, as we've seen with the Dodge Dart. You know, 485 horsepower, 2,800 pounds, and it's among the quickest cars still. I don't think this feels quite as quick as the other Pontiac we just drove, the Judge. Yeah, and it is a little bit slower. About 1.6 miles an hour slower. And the brakes are absolutely awful. This did launch reasonably well though, so maybe it can make up a little bit for the lack in horsepower at the launch. We'll see. Yeah, it's actually not bad. 10.663. About on par with the Dart, actually. Respectable. So, is there any other classic muscle car that I haven't tuned yet out of my garage? $800. We've tuned a Monaro out of my 2. We've tuned one of these. Okay, let's go to the auto show and see if there's another one that we don't own yet. Yeah. The Corvette 427. Let's buy this one. It's actually already at 627 stock, so adding drag tires and also weight reduction is also gonna get us to like probably 740, 750 already. And let's see if there's another one. Do I not own that yet? I do, don't I? I mean, it doesn't say I own it, but at the same time... Haven't we driven this? Screw it, let's buy it. Yeah, almost certainly we do have this. But I'll buy it again, regardless, just in case. Oh no, it was the Boss 302, the other one, okay. This almost makes as much torque as the other one does tuned, but this one's still stock. So I would expect this to be relatively powerful once we do upgrade it to a 800. But we are not gonna be able to put as much power into this thing. Like, we're not gonna... Like, look at that, 741 already. But Ah, okay, this gives us only 13 PI for 50 horsepower, or, well, 50 horsepower for only 13 PI, I should say. 794, 797. Flywheel, yep. Carburetor, and we got it. 631 horsepower. Pretty heavy. But we'll see how this goes. How much torque do we make? 634 pound-feet. Okay, good. Feels fast. Let's wait for the lights this time. Sounds good too. $132.78. We didn't have the best launch though. So is first gear a little bit short? I think it is. Let's try and see what sort of time this gets. And then lastly, we're gonna go with the Corvette 427. So far, the Holden Torana is in first place. Followed by the Ford Falcon XB. Okay, this wasn't a 10.4. No, it was a 10.8. Damn, it's actually pretty slow. Wouldn't have expected it to be this slow, considering the trap speed we got. So last but not least, the Stingray 427. The grand finale, if you will. Where is it? There it is. Damn, 697 already. Just 704 just from the tire upgrades. And then we're gonna give this lighter rims as well. Only got rid of 10 pounds, so these rims are already very light that are on the C2 Corvette, huh? Gets rid of another 600 pounds. But we can't upgrade the power as much anymore. Still, the supercharger added 60 horsepower. Can probably upgrade this, 689. Oh, and the first supercharger upgrade already gives us... I mean, I feel like this is probably better than the camshaft upgrade though. See, that gave us 92 horsepower, that gave us 76. Let's go like this. And then like Yeah, and then do that. Okay. $802. 255s. Actually increases our launch, apparently. Let's try it, actually. How much power are we making? 682 horsepower. I wasn't expecting that much. Oh, it already made 435 horsepower stock. Okay. Well, yeah. £618 pound-feet of torque. I would have expected a little bit more, actually. Doesn't feel overwhelmingly fast, but still pretty quick. $133 is good. And don't feel like we've really struggled putting the power down at launch, so maybe going for the thinner tires actually helped us. Let's see, can this beat the Holden Torana? Okay. Sorry for that. Just as I'm about to end the stream. 10.718. So, yeah, this does not beat the Holden Torana. And we have a winner. We know what is the best... we know what the best A-class classic muscle car is. And it's this one, the Holden Torana A9X. So yeah, I'm actually gonna upload the tune. Yep. Best speed. Okay. Right. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been fun finding out what the best classic muscle car is, and it's certainly not one that I would have expected. But if you did enjoy the stream, make sure to tune in again next Friday for another episode of Forza Friday, and I hope to see you there. Until then, have a good time, and see you next time. Bye bye.